If you feel like you've been doing everything right in dating and it's still not working, this video is for you. Maybe you've been single for a long time, stuck in situationships, and are wondering, like, what is wrong with me? Am I just meant to be alone forever? Should I just settle? I totally get it, and I've been there myself. I didn't meet my partner until I was 36 years old, and much of my dating life before that was very frustrating and painful and lonely. But something I really want you to know is that nothing is wrong with you, and there's something much bigger going on here. A deeper problem that I want you to be aware of. Because a lot of what you're experiencing isn't personal, it's cultural. We live in a patriarchal society. This can also be called a dominator system, which will hopefully give you a better felt sense of what that actually means. In this system, men are conditioned to rule and women are conditioned to please. We've all been conditioned by this system, and it has shaped what we believe is normal in dating and relationships. But normal doesn't always mean healthy. Normal doesn't always feel good. And normal doesn't always equal natural. This patriarchal system is not the natural order of things. It's a cultural construct that has disconnected us from ourselves, from each other, and from the truth of what love really even is and why we want to date or be in relationships in the first place. And this isn't about blaming men. Men are deeply affected by this as well. This is about waking up to the larger system that's deeply impacting how women see themselves, how men and women relate to each other, and how we all experience dating and relationships. For women in particular, this patriarchal system teaches us that we have to be and act a certain way in order to be loved, and that it's our job to please others, especially men. Institutions were also designed to keep us dependent on men. It was not that long ago that a woman couldn't even open a bank account without a husband. But the true nature of men and women, the natural order of things, is peace and partnership between us. It's men and women as equals, complementing each other. This was true for far longer than the last few thousand years of patriarchy. And we need to remember this in order to have a different experience in love and in dating and relationships. Because you can't create a conscious relationship by following these unconscious, old-fashioned, outdated rules about what dating and relationships should look like, but this is what most people are doing. And this was something I didn't connect the dots on either until I worked with a dating coach many years ago who said to me once, "Katie, you could put on a skirt, go out to the bars, and have a boyfriend by tomorrow, but that's not what you want." And he was right. I didn't just want any relationship. I wanted something so much more than that. I wanted to find my person. I wanted a real deep connection that would last. A partner who could meet me as I am and also wanted to grow with me. This realization was a game changer for my dating life, but of course, there's much more to my journey and how I met my partner because this conditioning runs so deep. It lives in our bodies, our nervous systems, our families. It's been passed down for generations. But to date differently, to create something new, we have to start questioning all of these things. We have to do things differently and focus on what we really want and how we want to feel rather than how it's always been. We have to learn how to be more connected to ourselves and feel safer in our bodies so that we can live in a way that is more honest and more aligned with who we really are. That's why I do the work I do as a somatic facilitator for women and showing them how to create somatic safety. Because without that safety and without building the capacity to explore these things, you won't be able to go against this conditioning. And it's not about being 100% whole and healed. And it's not about like burning down the patriarchy. It's simply getting curious about why you do the things you do and whether or not those things serve you and if they're getting you closer to what you really want. So in this 2-part video series, I'm going to walk you through 8 key differences between patriarchal dating and relationships and conscious dating and relationships. My hope is that it gives you a new lens to look through, a way to step back from feeling like there's something wrong with you and seeing the bigger picture, understanding that you're dating within this system. And if I share an aspect of patriarchal dating and it sounds like you, or it's something you're doing or have done in the past, that doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It actually makes perfect sense. This is what has been modeled for us. This is what we've been conditioned to believe is normal. This is what your nervous system and your subconscious mind sees as safe and familiar. So be gentle with yourself and try to stay connected to how you feel in your body as you watch the rest of this video. Just notice, how's your breath? How's your posture? Maybe some sensations or memories come up. This is all part of the healing, and just starting to have some awareness of these things can start to shift how you experience dating and relationships. Difference number 1. In patriarchal dating, love is something you believe you need to feel whole. In conscious dating, you are already whole. You own your desire for love and relationship, but you're not dependent on it. This just makes me think of the famous line from Jerry Maguire, "You complete me." The conscious version of this is, I complete me, you complete you. Let's be together because we like each other, we choose each other, and I believe you will enhance the fulfilling life I've already created for myself. Difference number 2. In patriarchal dating, you're worried about how it looks from the outside. Conscious dating is about how it feels on the inside. There's so many layers to this one, especially with social media now in the mix. But a lot of times this could be getting stuck on an idea of what your partner needs to look like, or maybe how you think you need to look to attract a partner. It could also be feeling like you have to stick to a certain timeline, feeling like you need to move in or get married because you're supposed to, rather than because it's what you really want. Conscious relationship is about a deeper connection and what's right for you and your partner, nobody else. All that matters is how you feel about your partner, how they feel about you, and how you both feel about the relationship. It doesn't matter what it looks like or what other people think about it. Difference number 3. In patriarchal dating, you get stuck in stereotypes, gender rules, and the masculine versus the feminine. In conscious dating and relationships, you relate to each other as humans that both have desires, needs, feelings, and emotions, and you can communicate freely about those things. This one is particularly harmful in the early stages of dating, where there's all these ideas about what women can and can't do, and all this bad dating advice that at worst is dehumanizing and at best is performative. And there's nothing wrong with traditional gender roles if that's what you really want. If you love cooking dinner for your man every night and doing his laundry, no problem. This is about getting curious about things you think you have to do or things you think you can't do or shouldn't do, like text him first simply because you're a woman. I have another video that goes a lot deeper into masculine and feminine energies and why the dating advice to be in your feminine might actually be pushing the kind of man you really want further away. So make sure to check that video out if you want to learn more. So there are the first 3 differences between patriarchal and conscious dating and relationships. In the next video, I'll share 5 more that go even even deeper into our conditioning and how we can start to date in a more embodied way, and what it actually looks like to create a loving relationship that's both conscious and aligned with what you really want. See you in part 2.